Hey everyone, Kane here, and in this video we're gonna talk about Avril and Valerie's potential. So, now we can kind of inspect the circles even in the stats that they do provide. So, the thing we're gonna start with is first the potential 50 Avril and what she kind of gained from this. So, she gained about 80 magic and also her, I suppose, circles increased her overall performance, even with Blizzard, even with Arcanade, and all of those kinds of things. So it chose Magic to increase her magic, 35 potential Gifted Mage to increase more magic, and 50 potential for Glacial Shard for doing basic attack damage after her abilities. Now you could go with Ice Nova, but I didn't level it and it's just +1 level to the ability, which again doesn't really do incredible much as it doesn't add an additional effect. While Glacial Shard increases in the amount of shards as well as the damage kind of becomes pretty friggin' decent. So that was my choice, and I want to pair it with the Rapid Cast at potential 70, mainly because it increases her attack speed per cast as well as increasing her magic damage. Now this lasts entire battle, I do believe. I'm not sure, but I think this lasts entire battle. So after 2 blizzards, it's 28%. After 2 novas, it's 56%. And after, I don't know if you would cast the ice walls eventually, it's like 84% or so friggin' magic damage. That friggin' is insane, right? Compared to friggin' Blizzard, which you will cast twice, and it expands the damage, or rather the zone that the hailstones do damage to. Now you have a radius which you cast this ability, and the hailstones are a small radius inside that big circle where you cast it. So this expands that small circle in that like thingy or whatever. Basically, this doesn't expand the area you cast the hailstones in, but it expands the place where those hailstones fall down to, like that small, I suppose, radius in that big circle. Probably confusing. It was confusing for me too. Sorry if I kind of, you know, happens. So, going into the circles, you have magic damage increase by 27. You have attack speed increase by 27, which is, I suppose, decent. Do keep in mind that this just adds straight up attack speed to her. Like majority of the army or whatever, it isn't really that much capped. So 27 is a pretty friggin' huge buff. Then you have attack increase, which increased her attack. And then you have friggin' 2 accuracies. For whatever friggin' reason, they put 2 accuracies on friggin' Avril. Now, other mages do get a pretty decent, or some of them a pretty decent, like 55-ish potential, like points or whatever. Avril got accuracy, man. And then you have like friggin' Dragon's attack. Dragon doesn't do free call for damage. And then you're gonna have to waste a ton of potential points for the friggin' hero's attack, which is a low percentage, and then HP or whatever to get a 70. So friggin' incredibly costly to get to, I don't know, 70 for barely any buffs, except for her own 70 potential. So instead of her, I kind of went with Valerie. So what Valerie got was 70 magic. Then she got 27% magic damage increase, 22% crit rate. Now do keep in mind this is not 22% crit rate. I think like Valerie should have about 60 to 70% already. So this 22% adds like from 4 to 5%, if that much even. So don't be mistaken, this is not that like a friggin' huge increase, but it still increased her chances to do more damage, so it's still okay. Then we have attack increase, which raised her attack by like 700,000 ish, I think. And then we have friggin' 70% crit damage increase. Now, do keep in mind that this as attack speed straight up adds this amount to the stats. So if you add 70% crit damage to anything, it literally adds 70% crit damage, which kind of increased her damage overall from what I have noticed. Like, all of these circles here, all of the, I suppose, buffs to magic, to the attack, kind of like are making a difference in fights, at least from what I have seen. Her damage became a bit higher, her damage became a lot better, and I'm able to break through some of the higher core people, fully buffed stall sides or whatever. Still a little bit too slow, or kind of okayish, but my stall side falling too quickly due to lack of premium artifacts. Like, there are nuances like that, but the potential of Valerie is pretty freaking good. Now, she has that crit damage, she has accuracy, which I don't mind one accuracy circle. Like, you kind of need like this circle for mages that will like do basic attack damage, right? Like normal attack. This is kind of required at least one of them to like get 50% accuracy. Like, Frontline does have a lot of evade, and we never know how much accuracy mages have, so this is always good to have. Going towards the others, it's Dragon's HP, which is good. It's better than Dragon's attack, and honestly, then you can waste a few of the potentials for 70 for her rather potential Exalted 70, which again is also worth it. So I picked magic and magic, and for 35 we have a choice between a useless ability or we have the passive ability which we use. It's a no-brainer, it increases the chance of firing the Lotus Fire, so we pick that. Then we have potential 50, a useless ability or Crackling Flames. Now again, increase the chance of the thing being split. So no-brainer, we have to select that. And for potential 70, we have a choice between Burning and we have Fire Dance. Now this is a pretty huge doozy. The thing is, a level 70 Valerie can only have Fire Dance level 4. So to get Fire Dance higher, you have to reduce 2 levels in any of these abilities, either level 8 Burning or level 8 Crackling Flames or level 7 Burning. The thing is, you're not gonna be able to level this to, I suppose, level 5 without sacrificing some of the damage and some of the burn enemies' magic resistance. Now, I have no idea whether this is burning magic resistance or this is that the affected enemy units are reduced in magic resistance. Like, this is worded in a way it can have either magic resistance reduced or it can have burn magic resistance reduced, right? It's worded in a way which can be kind of confusing. So mages do have about like 200% magic resistance reduction from a variety of things, premium artifacts, research or whatever. Like, I think from 150 to 200 at the very least. So de-leveling this might not be too bad, or one level and reducing like 5% and then one Crackling Flames, but again, it kind of can affect your DPS. So with that, do keep in mind that this magic damage does increase as the Fire Dance level increases, the same as the attack speed. So you're gonna get a stronger ability the higher the ability is. And this is where the selection between the Fire Dance and the Burning can come in. So if we check the Burning, she reduces 10% more magic resistance or burn magic resistance than it did before, and it lasts longer, meaning like your mages will be able to do more damage, or Valerie will be able to do more damage to those enemies more often or quite often, while this one just increases her initial burst for 20 seconds, and if you have Arcane 10, another 20 seconds. Now this buff only lasts for those 20 seconds. While this one can last throughout the fight, so long as your Valerie is alive. So there is a slight nuance in here, depending how you use your Valerie or how you want to use her. Honestly, I've noticed differences in both of them doing damage in terms of PvP. So currently I am at 4,100. Depending on which kind of queues I fight on, apparently I can reach 4,200. I usually try the evenings, and a lot of hardcore people are online in the evenings. I believe somebody told me if I try afternoon or early in the morning, there are a lot weaker people there, like 12 million cores around this, 11 million cores, or even like 13, like this one. But this guy had a lot of friggin' premium artifacts on his tall side, and I wasn't able to break through, even with friggin' overpowered mages. Like, not gonna lie, that was pretty friggin' OP. But yeah, if I do this at the very evening, like the people are, as you can see, 15, 13 and a half, 15, 14, 16, like the difference is pretty huge. And even with this kind of a difference, I'm able to almost wipe the guy's friggin' frontline with the mages. Now, it shows Tisafin doing most of the damage, or Arian. The thing is, I'm not sure if it wasn't Valerie doing the damage. The thing is, the fireballs were landing and I could visibly see the damage done. So I'm not entirely sure what's with this, I suppose, damage charts, but I was able to visibly see the damage, so yeah. But again, mages are pretty OP. So, this one, Valerie, an Avril top 4 DPS. This one, oh, I think I showed this one, didn't show this one. Valerie completely blasted this entire fight. Then we have Bazric. I bad blitzed the backline. This literally did nothing. It just like boosted his DPS too much. This is like 0. And Avril died fairly early, but as you can see, the mage made a friggin' difference. Like, it made a pretty friggin' huge difference. Majority of the people I face do have level 70 heroes, so do keep in mind majority of this info that I'm seeing is with level 65 mages. So have an opening of casting the Valerie's ultimate first, and I'm facing the I suppose the burst side of the enemy with heroes, and they also have Valerie. But the thing is, the Valerie that they have don't have rage for a hero mastery, which means their Valerie is too much in the front line. Like, as you can see, that's their Avril, and Valerie is even more in front. Now, as you can see, my Valerie, she's safely in the back, while my Avril is in front of them. So as you can see, the Valerie was touching even these swordmen. Like, you can see, they are friggin' so far away from her. And she was doing so much damage to them because rage 4 hero mastery. You can even add more range, but I try that, and then she's literally like standing there and doing damage just in a straight line. She's not even focusing the other stuff sometimes. So I don't want to increase her range too much, but just having that range from the hero mastery kind of increases her DPS a lot. Honestly, kind of excited, or rather surprised at the potentials. They don't seem incredibly overpowered, like breaking the hero completely, but again, this is going from having mages level 65 at the moment. So if you add 5 levels towards Valerie, this 8 million will turn to about 70% more in those 5 levels. So I don't know, like 12, 13, 14,000, I think. Somewhere along the lines of like 13 or 14 million attacks. So not double, but you pretty much know that the attack value is gonna be friggin' insane. Now, do keep in mind I almost finished this research to make them level 70. It requires me like 1 week more, maybe a couple of days after the 1 week. So I will be able to test more whenever that happens, and how OP they became at level 70 with the potential. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. And if you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.